ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, the City of Odense, GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.
Mousesports taking on the Ninjas in Pajamas. It's going to be tough to topple what was our hot match of the week. We got to see a fantastic one between North and Astralis just previously. If you missed it, do be sure to check it out on the very YouTube channel that you find yourself watching us now. But welcome back to Pro League all the same, and this is going to be an intriguing one. I'm joined by YNK and Sponge. It's so hard not to say Sponge, Jay, but either way, I do turn to the Australian first and just ask you, if I'm a viewer that's unfamiliar, or if I'm jumping in and, a lot has changed since you may have seen those logos if you haven't been watching all the Counter-Strike in the world. Why is this one interesting to watch these two go down?
Well, there's definitely new faces in both teams, and all these new faces can be seen as stars for the rosters, but the most interesting thing is the performances that these guys have been putting out across the board. We've seen some fun things coming in from Mouse, ESG Mykonos, they had a fantastic performance, but now they're very in the slums, I guess.
Yeah.
They're slumping, they're not looking too good, and NiP as well, they're up and down like a yo-yo. You see them have a really good day, and then the next day it's not quite the same. So I think the interesting thing is consistency. Which one of these teams is going to break through and show that first?
If anything, mousesports feels like that performance in Mykonos was an outlier, right? They had several opportunities. It was Malmo, then the E-League group. They haven't shined in any of those. Also, in Pro League, haven't been all too impressive. From NiP, we have at least seen some flashes. Yes, Malmo is home field advantage, but, even at the E-League, they lost by a very, very small margin. So I feel like right now, NiP is probably in a slightly better position.
Okay, so eyes are on Ninjas in Pajamas, and in more ways than one, we're actually going to go ahead and put our eyes on Get Right. Now, he's going to be talking through one of their favorite maps. We're not going to be seeing it tonight, but as they do get closer to the cash of Pro League, they're going to be playing a whole lot more of cash.
Hi everyone, Get Right here. I'm back here with another video for Betway. We're doing a tutorial on cash here to how to lurk and actually stop the rotation when you go into X bomb site. How to take the control of B side. So I always start up with using the nade like this. I always try to go to this corner to aim up and actually aim towards that side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So fourth window over there, or the fourth line of the window. And I run there and throw the smoke. And it usually goes around like that and stop the entrance. Why you're throwing the smoke over there is just mostly to just block off the AVP or the M4 is peeking in the beginning. So I'm usually just doing like this when I start off with it, and I will just keep on doing it. And then I will just do like this, but I usually go like that instead to throw a flash quickly, because most of the uppers are actually going in front of the smoke kind of fast when they see it falling, and they usually get blind around here before they come to the corner. And when I'm done the flash over there, I try to line up with this corner here to mollow into the vent room. So I'm just gonna throw it fast here to show it one more time to actually how it will be looking like. So I will be throwing the there, and I will do like this, and throw the molotov like this. And when I hear it pumps and like explode, I try to walk it like this and see, and try to lurk into the B. There's actually two options here to actually go into attack the bomb site here to actually get off a kill and actually come away with it. And there's one to just go into here to vent room and actually be ready to see if there's one behind the box or up to the vent. And just try to sneak in to see if you can get someone at the headshot position or higher. So you can like this. And if not, when the smoke is going here and actually leave it here, you actually can just try to squeeze in here into the corner, snacks corner. Which is kind of a big risk to actually do, but at the same time can pay off a lot as well, because then you can pick off the higher guy, you can see the lower, and actually can see get the headshot even sight to actually get it. This is a way more risky position to take and actually a big risk to do, but if you pull it off and get 1 to 2 kills, you can easily take over the bomb site, and you can tell your teammates to rotate over there and actually take over B and win the round easier from there.
Get right there, walking us through some of his approaches to the B site on Cash. Say lurking, that was more of just kind of getting to see his routines on that map.
That's his signature move. I mean, he's the first player who started doing that on Cash, and it's interesting to see how he knows the Opper starting to adjust, right? They push through that smoke because they know they can get the timing. Then he throws the pop flash. The next thing we're going to see is Oppers pushing with their back turn, then just, peek after the flash pops.
And that is a perfect little microcosm of why the game is always changing, despite very few huge adjustment patches. CSGO is always evolving, and that is why we have brains like this. Of course, YNK and Sponge joining us, ex-players in their own right. Chad, I'm turning to you now because I want to try and get our heads around this game a little better. Not only do we know, sure, get right, Lurker and everything else that we've just learned from Betway, but also I just want to kind of return to the mousesports thread because it's a team that interests me a little more than NiP at this point. It seems like, we know where NiP are at. We're giving them time. We've affixed the time tag to them, and we're going to just see what happens there with Rez and Drac. And for mousesports, I want to know your genuine opinion. Let's just take the filter off for a second. Look at those names on paper. Look at what they have done and what they are struggling to do. Do you think there is a future for what mousesports are in their current shape?
Yeah, they're a very young team, right? And they have a lot of star potential in there who are currently playing in a system that LMBT is working on with Chris J as new in-game leader. When this happened, Alex, we had the discussion. We said, is this an upgrade of the players they had? And I definitely think that Sunny and Stick are upgrades on Dennis and Lau, right? So I think they've definitely upgraded their own firepower. And then you have the likes of Oscar, who is just showing that he can be an absolute beast. Rops is a new addition who, when he came into Pro League last season, someone who I was extremely interested in watching, right? He was a kid who came out with FPL. Yeah. He looked like he had really good crosshair placement, really good understanding of the game, and he got molded into a team player. And I think he has a lot of potential as well as an individual. So as a team, I think they're looking pretty good. I think something which kind of hindered them was a lot of travel. That might have been why we've seen them slumping or a little bit lower than what they would have been expecting. Sure. They definitely need more practice time, and they have that because this game versus NiP, starts off a stretch where they play the more middle teams who are currently placed in Pro League. They get to play the likes of Envious, LDLC, those kind of guys. They've already played some difficult teams. I think they played FaZe and G2, and they took a map off them each, so that's pretty good for them going forward. And I think, if LMBT can keep them in check, Oscar can keep putting up big performances, they're definitely a team on the rise, or one we should look out for.
So potential is going to be a word that we're going to be applying to mousesports. We can see their lineup here. These are the names we're talking about over the course of the entire season. These are season statistics. So do not hesitate to jump in and. I
mean, Forrest just having a great performance. That's the meme that Forrest after a roster change always plays super well. But I think he's been solid for a long time now. Resurgence of Get Right to an extent. That's great to see after the huge slump he was in. End of last year, beginning of this year, and you move over to the mousesports side, and it's pretty, equal across the board between the first and the last player. Just almost 10 ADR difference. So it's a bit difficult to pinpoint the problem for mousesports because of what Chad pointed out. A lot of travel and everything. Sometimes they look great, but yesterday, for example, they lost to Dignitas, who was playing with a stand-in in a best-of-3. A team of mousesports this caliber, with the amount of firepower they have, that should just be a routine game for them. Now,
let's not forget as well, just to put those stats into perspective, NiP have played 16 games. Let me just double-check that I had it in front of me. Yeah, 16 games, and mousesports have played 12, so that's why you're going to be seeing some kill discrepancies. But the averages certainly do make sense, and let's see if these stats do as well. Going to be giving NiP the edge by quite a comfortable margin, which I think seems to be what the consensus I'm reading from you guys is. You've given mousesports the potential tag, but as we venture into Inferno first, there's doubt surrounding the mousesports roster.
But I just think it's weird with NiP, right? We saw them lose to LDLC on both maps in Pro League, right?
Yeah.
That's not what we're expecting. You don't think that's going to happen from time to time. But then they can go up against the likes of Fnatic, a team who are like, man, these guys are looking super hot, and then just dumpster them. It's just what NiP are we going to see? And we saw earlier today they were playing in the Epic Center qualifiers, still playing FaZe again, and they got roasted by them. So are they going to turn it around?
Roasted by Hellraiser. So I feel like we should go back to that Dupree interview from the beginning of the show. And online games can be a bit random. Sometimes it just form motivation issues for some of these players. Usually when you have to play an online game straight after coming back.
It sounds like the game's actually starting now. Okay, terribly sorry, I got very short warning for that one. So let's just go ahead and jump in. Henry and Sado, why don't you go ahead and make some noise?
Yeah, no worries. They were giving us the countdown, and then all of a sudden we looked in the server and saw things getting hot and heavy. We are certainly underway. Not a lot of armor on the NiP side. They went for utility early. They've already expended it, and they did so trying to take over banana control with one smoke at top mid.
Yeah, got this PD-50s out once again. We go towards the A side very quickly. It's Rob to defend and Oscar to help him out as well. It's going to be Rez to take down that player in the pair, and this should be the A side in control of NiP with Sticko. He's holding up strong here at the art side.
Either way, it's Oscar that's getting close. Swarm down. Sticko with the kill. NiP without much chance in it. NiP, by the way, and I just talked about it very briefly on the desk, in case you missed it, Henry, got battered and bruised by FaZe on this map earlier today in the Epicenter
really?
qualifier. Yeah, when I saw it, it was 10-1. I don't know the exact score that it finished, but it wasn't pretty.
Doesn't sound pretty. Well then, we're going to round number 2, shall we? NiP not really getting much done there at all. And will be no bomb going down, so they'll force by into this second round. CZs, Deagles, and PD50s. Boris goes up. Goodness, I just about to say second middle. It's going to be Oscar to open things up, though, with that scout. Known to be very good with this weapon. A good sniper in general. He does take a lot of damage, but he'll fall back at this point with the man advantage. Red's tagged up as well, down to 30 points of health. Forrest, the Desert Eagle, desperately trying to make something happen here. Not the start they were looking for. I would say... it's difficult to say that NiP are the stronger team right now. Like, mousesports have won a premier tournament in the last few months, or the last month.
Yeah, nope, you're right. Absolutely. They won the Epicenter at Mykonos. Chris J had a swim.
ESG Mykonos, but yep.
Sorry,
good
what did
try.
I say?
Epicenter.
Yeah, because I just finished saying that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, that was pretty good. We can just blend tournaments together.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, they did win a massive tournament. The likes of SK were there, Gambit, and MVS, etc. So that was a really big tournament for them to pick up. So not too bad at all. Hasn't really been too good since. I think they've won a single map online since then. That stat might be a little bit skewed. That was like last week we were saying they've won a single map since that event. But still, this is quite the clean sweep. Only Sunny's been dropped. Forrest does find one with the Deagle. I'm getting a little bit too high. Might find a bit more, but there we go. We're getting somewhere now. 2 versus 1. Forrest has been in some incredible form recently, showing us that the old boy still has it, potentially. Like you, Matt.
You call me old?
Yeah.
That's rude. I was 16 once, remember?
Ah. Well, 2 versus 1 now. No needs to work if he's just trying to make sure they make the mistake first, but it happened, and Sticko jumps in to his embrace, but manages to take him down. It's 2-0, and no bomb being planted for NiP, but Forrest definitely had grounds to win that one. It will be an eco here, 2k across the board for the Swedish side. And what are they going to buy anything here? I think this might be the full eco.
Might be the full eco. Is it the full eco? That's the better question. Ooh, sorry, I pressed the wrong button on my mic. A Bison for Oscar against the full eco. Is this when the Bison's going to shine? What do we call it if a Bison gets an ace?
I don't know. I don't know. That's never been a situation.
It's got 2, Henry! It's got 2! It's going to happen. This is it. James Bordoff, where you at, bro? All your Bison skins about to go up in value. Everyone's going to be wanting them on the marketplace after this. Everyone. Well, it's not the ace, but... Look, I had to get excited about something while we wait for the gun rounds to start, Hank.
Yeah, the Bison, the Bison. I'm not sure what it's really called. The Stampede.
Stampede, a Bison Stampede. That's brilliant, Tom Eric.
Yeah, it's a
our
type
producer.
of buffalo, isn't it?
I was like, yeah, what is Bison doing? Yeah, so yeah, a Bison, it would be a Stampede.
Okay, well, if that ever happens, Matt, you can say that word.
That's appropriate, because one of the biggest Stampedes in the world is from Canada.
Yeah.
It's the Calgary Stampede.
Well, there you go. It all works out.
It does. I like it.
3-0. And surely we're not taking this weapon into the next gun round. Please, no. Just drop it.
Don't drop it.
Don't.
Keep going. Oh, no!
I knew it.
Yeah,
Too scared.
It's true.
Never seen that in a gun round.
You won't, mate.
Yeah. Use the AWP and use the Bison in the gun round. You won't. Flashbangs here. Top of banana. Oscar, of course. Very, very skilled AWPer. Does make sense of the upgrades. The weakest gun in the game to his preferred stance. Will be Ross the first kill in the apartments for Forrest. Hungry for blood as he takes on Sticko at the same time. 4 and 4. MP9's out. This is a bit of a bonus round considering Sticko had the UMP. But for now, 4 and 4 definitely favours the Ninjas. There's one player on banana. That's going to be Chris J.
Chris J, who's deep in banana as well, down by the trees. Smokes are down at the bottom of banana. Chris knows that they're soon to dissolve and backs off accordingly. Still, though. Slow round, all things considered. Sunny with the MP9, still keep that in mind.
Well, it's a big one for either side. The first gun round always going to be lucrative, especially for the team with the 3-0 as well. All yet to strike, and time ticking away now. You're right, this is a slow round. They have to commit towards the A site. The smoke's deployed. Can they get anything done here? Rob's with a decent grenade and exists in the apartments. They might struggle to plant.
Might struggle. Drops. Gets out of the flames. It's Sunny that actually gets 2 kills on the MP9 against the armored players. That's pretty good. Rez will eventually burn Rops alive, the poor young Estonian player. He was so young, Hank.
17.
Was 116.
He was 116, as you were. As we get into round number 5, that was a very nice ult from mousesports. An interesting round from NiP. They get the 4-on-4, but they don't really do much with it. They get some apartments control and basic possession of mid as well, but at that point the execution was a little bit off. You could see nothing really focused towards the pit area, just easy frags for Robs. Looks towards the apartments, takes Exist, and then everyone else dropped like flies. Didn't really have the time to work with that. They needed 2 opening kills on the T side to really have a chance there. Didn't work out for them. 4th stage loss bonus means they can get a partial buy here in terms of the CZs. Deagles, PD50, some armor as well. Nothing really in terms of utility, but they'll get maximum loss bonus next round as far as cops an 8 to the face. He'll go down to 47 HP. He has got head armor, so somewhat protected, but that's pretty much as much damage as a nade can do, and they rush towards the apartments here. Robson gets 1 though, but he gets a decent call, nice and early. 3-on-3 still. It's up to Oscar to try and defend, but he is very good at the close range AWPing. Not good enough though. Rez takes him down.
Absolutely not. He has been incredible as of late, Oscar.
Yeah.
One of the main reasons this team's done so well when they brought him back in after Nico left. He finally hit the form they were hoping to find the first time around. Massive gap in that smoke. Doesn't help Rez, however, because he was looking toward it. So far, no exchange between the two, and it's actually Sunny that gets the better of him, leaving Chris J to find Draken as he runs to the bomb. I don't know what the plan was.
I don't know how he's alive there. He just thought, well, you know what? I know he's a quad. I'll just run to the pit and hope for the best. And it worked out, so fair play. 2-on-1. Can still win this.
Could still win this. Sunny's gotten back in position as he wraps around.
They think he's in the... He's got to the side, sorry. They think he's in the pit.
I don't think Sunny does. I think Sunny jumps down. I think, yeah, well, bomb planted. Obviously, they know where he is now, but I think Sunny was up to, or had an idea what he was up to, I should say, as Draken with the AWP still looks for an opportunity to find toward Library. He's gotten away. He's actually, they have no idea where he is.
Yeah, this is kind of weird now.
How evasive is that? The fact that they don't check the site long enough, there's one single smoke. Sunny's lost track. That was his obligation.
Full defuse now.
They could, though. You're right. Absolutely. Because Draken's so far removed, yeah, nothing he can do. And they've got a kit. That's a very odd round, I have to say.
He does save the AWP. He probably realizes, okay, I probably can't win this with no armor and an AWP. This was an eco round for me. I want to take this AWP into the gun round. So, you know what? Like, he gave it a go. He just got that bomb down, survived the AWP. That's not the end of the world. And it's just a more conservative approach. You're right. He probably could win it, but he'd probably die in the process, right? He probably would have lost the AWP up. Double AWP set up now for mousesports. Chris J wants the former primary AWP for this squad. Even when Oscar was in it for one point as well, which was a little bit of a weird couple of weeks.
That is true.
But he's back. Better than ever, as you said, Oscar. In amazing form once again. The AWP seemed to have found his confidence. Had that weird spell where he left the team, was benched. And
I have to say, I'm not surprised that first time around because, and I don't know what it was that triggered it, but I went to see them at a boot camp at one point in time in Cologne. It seems like ages ago at this point. He wasn't talking. No, everyone was talking and having a good time. Everyone said hello when I came in the door. Everyone was, communicating in the game. I don't think he said a single word the entire 2 hours that I was there.
Wow.
So I wasn't surprised the first time he left the team, and then I was also equally surprised when they brought, or I was surprised, I should say, when they brought him back. But it's worked out. So
we spotted
fair
one
play.
there.
Certainly has. Saw the feet, and more than just that, he takes down Forrest.
5-on-3 is not looking too good for an IP whatsoever. Should be another round as Oscar picks up 2 kills. The AWP falls back to the arch as well. Got a smoke to buy him some time. Get right. Hasn't really got much to work with. 45 seconds still. Still possible. I'm not sure why the CTs are challenging so actively here. Just fall back, boys. Get this crossfires on this side. They've got 3 players here. Sticker gets the information, so no harm, no foul. Doesn't get dropped, but still, there was no real reason to push there by himself. 30 seconds now, and NiP have played a very slow game. The bomb's still down the middle. Get right picks it up. They go towards Banana. That's where they have the man advantage, at least on that particular area. Ooh, Oscar spots one. Takes him down, finds his 3rd of the round, and the final play will come in towards B.
Coming toward B. Chris J. behind the pillar at said site, said location. Looks to try and go out. He's in a crossfire set with Sunny, and even though he goes down to get right, Sunny finds the motive to take Chris back. It now leaves us to a 6-0 start for mousesports. Not bad against NiP.
Not bad at all. We'll have a bit of that. Oscar with 3 kills on the AWP. Chris J chiming in as well. This is looking like a very flat NiP. I'm not surprised they lost earlier. This is not the team I've been casting the last couple of weeks. They look much better, like revigorated and looking great. And like we saw Gerai's amazing form and Forrest rolling back the years, and it all looked great. This is just looking pretty dull, but Draken gets the opening frag, and maybe we've got something to work with here now. It's going to be Draken taking down Oscar. That's a huge scalp to take, considering the damage he did in the previous round as well. Chris J now trying to get that frag back in return, but he'll be locked out for now. The smoke at the top of B. And Exist lining up a weird smoking. Have we followed that? Potentially I want to see where all these go. Looking like they're doing the set piece off the bat, ready to go. The way they line those up, really cool. Next to each other. Flashbang's coming in as well. And here comes the final player now. They're trying to strike when they have the advantage this time instead of wasting all of the clock.
Rob's inside of pit. Interesting Molotov. Don't think that was really meant to be there. Rob's bounces a flash back and thinks that they're going to be in close. They are. They're wrapping and looking under the bales. Everyone's blind, and Rob's nearly had a full firing range with no response. Does go down eventually, but 3 kills. Bomb plant for Get Right at least, but 12 HP. He's got to save this. And as he tries to get inside of the apartments, not only is he spotted, but he's taking the 6 HP, 2 damage from an aid, 2 damage from a bullet, and then one that finally puts him down from Sunny.
Yeah, a bit of a desperate attempt to get to the apartments there, considering he had 12 HP and he knew they were rotating through. Getting up there takes about 4 seconds or so. He's very exposed. Maybe just wanted to set a quad and hope he gets the 1 tap on someone as they run around the corner, but still went for it, didn't work out. And Robs, what a phenomenal play that was. The AK-47 in hand, and as you can see, they're coming out. The flashbangs were so good, spot on. As the teammate takes the aggro from the side as well, he's got no idea where he is. He's just got a shooting range. You described that perfectly. And it will be 3 kills for him. Not the flashiest, but just great positioning, good flashbangs, teammate working with him. 7-0 after getting the opening frag. And the bomb got planted, so they have maximum loss bonus, of course, at 7-0. But a pause comes in, a chance for Threat to crack the whip. Work out what's going on. That was probably the right call. Opening pick, set piece, had position to do it. Smokes were good, flashbangs were in there. Just got wrecked by the flashbangs of Rops. The timing wasn't quite there for NiP to try and shut that down. Maybe wanted to get a bit more of a pincer maneuver there. All focused on the quad area and apartments. Very isolated area of the map. 1 flashbang can have that sort of effect. Same story for Incendiary dropped at the right time as well. You can't really be apprehensive when you have to commit. You have to just go all in, and NiP tried their best, but just couldn't find him. Double up setup, still holding strong for mousesports, and an okay buy here for the NiP side. The first pick for Chris J. Battling a banana, gets 2 picks. That's why I used to be a main AWPer. Been AWPing for many, many years.
Many moons. Many, many moons.
All the way back to about, let's say, like you first came on my radar 2009, maybe 2010.
That is a long time, actually, when you consider that you're in a whole different iteration of the game. It's crazy how fast we've gone in CSGO, isn't it?
Indeed.
I remember, like, it feels like 2 years ago the game came out. To me, at least.
Yeah, I remember the first time I ever played in 2011 in the Valve offices. That feels like a lifetime ago. The beginning of 2011 we did that. It was awful. Horrible little game.
Yeah. You were saying that the Bison and Glocks were the best guns.
P90 was the best gun in the game.
P90, I'm sorry, I thought it was the Bison. Wishful thinking.
No, the Bison, well, after that patch, anyways, get into this.
Let's get into this. Chris J trying to find the shot, can't do it. Sunny baited back in again, though. Ball down, knows that they have to peek him, and Chris just sits to wait. Get Right finally gets the kill toward the oranges that was required, but it comes a little bit late, and perhaps never late is better, because Chris is able to go back out to get Right. And it's 8-0 for mousesports.
Really uninspired NiP here. They seem to have lost their mojo somewhat. I haven't really spotted anything that's excited me apart from an opening pick from Draken.
They look lost on this map twice today.
Yeah, you said earlier they got battered. So if they're playing like this, I'm not surprised. An off night perhaps. That's all it could be. This is not a world-class team on the server right now, I'm afraid. mousesports look very comfortable as the damage comes in with the grenades, and Chris J takes the bait away. Sunny can't get anything done though. So another opening pick there for the NiP side, but they're standing in flames. It's Exist and Draken that managed to avoid death though. Round number 9, they need to convert this. They do manage to pick up an M4 from the fallen Sunny. One of the stronger fraggers for mousesports. a star in the making, I'd say, in the next year. Great platform to work on. Came from the Penta side, who were at the major, if you remember, Matthew.
I do actually remember. That was a good run. I was actually really excited for that team. They were taking risks, which they had to do to build a team.
Well, look what they've got now. HS is an Optic.
Well, that's my point.
Sunny's in mousesports.
But that again, it's Sunny's in mousesports. HS is an Optic. They had Crystal, who seemed like he might be onto something.
No, he's
finally,
just been wrecked now. He's lost all his players, and they have to do it again, right?
Exactly, and that's kind of it. It's all those players abandoned ship after making a major.
Yeah.
It's a bit. I expected them to have more faith in it, but I guess take what's the immediate
thing. I'm afraid.
Yeah, exactly. Take what's
You get
immediately
opposite
available.
Optic and like mousesports and stuff. They can just strangle you out of those sort of deals.
While HS has developed. That is a big miss by Oscar. Slow down, man. Takes Get Right out 9-0. This is wake me up when we get a game here, Hank. But to that point, HS, I guess is where I was going to go back. I like how in Freiberg's video he sounds like I don't know why I did, but I did. It sounds like the most depressing thing in the world when he's always like, "Oh no, I'm the second best Estonian player." Da 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 da. And he's DMing on his own. He's like, "Yeah, I just suck at the game." He just sounds like I couldn't tell if he was joking or not.
I'm the second best Estonian player. Well, I guess what?
Rob's
number one.
Yeah.
HS, yeah, he's decent. I rate him.
Yep.
These players, like, you have to remember, they're like 17, and HS is like, I think maybe 18, 19. So their CS career, in terms of where it should be at that age, trust me, they're doing absolutely fine. Like Rob's especially, like the way that kid, he's already won a 250k tournament at 17 years old, Matt.
Yep.
Like,
yep, that's true.
I was winning tournaments of 200 pounds when I was 17.
Now you are 200 pounds at
when I'm 30.
At 30.
Talking about it, yeah.
Rops, meanwhile, is going to try and work back, and the door smoke is down. Get Right is inside of it. Oh, just pull the knife. Pull the pin.
Oh, no.
Oh, wrong time. I thought for sure he would have seen him by that point. And it is a blunder. He goes down, Oscar. Meanwhile, with the AWP, looks quick as ever, goes for more, picks up the bomb, and it's on the floor. Draken can't go anywhere with it. mousesports go to 10, and NiP stay to 0.
NiP just look poor, don't they? It's just so flat. The defaults aren't really there. They either get wrecked in the defaults, they either get wrecked in the rushes, set piece is not working, they have one massive oversight. And mousesports have seemed very comfortable. I'm not going to take anything away from them. They're playing phenomenally. Oscar's on 16 kills and 4 deaths. Like they're lights out right now, but it looks a little bit too easy. Oscar there, he's just hiding behind one box, sitting up and down and finding a new target every time, and everyone's just going one by one. There's no real challenge. There's no pincer on the bomb site. I'm sure we'll get a replay of that soon. Here's the Get Right kill. There's the Oscar one that was a little bit more interesting. He gets flash right. Let's look at this. Just 1 by 1 by 1.
No, you didn't get the last one, but I get your point.
Like, that's the way that NiP are approaching it. And I don't know, it doesn't seem like there's any smokes down or Molotovs or flashbangs or pincers or any sort of fakes going on or splitting through CD spawn like we discussed or getting basic banana control. It's just like a bit of a mess. And I'll be buying again into this one. Galil, UMP, AKs, no nades on 3 players. Not a single nade on 3 players right now. I think they have to rush it, right? You can do 1 smoke and just maybe... You got 1 smoke, 2 Molotovs.
Let's see how they choose to go about business, as Oscar will wait with the AWP at quad side. Actually, I said toward top mid. Excuse me, it threw me off where it was. The textures were somewhat off for what I had originally thought. My mistake. Pay attention. As Forrest goes back down toward the apartments. Inside a pit, it's Rops again. Sticko this time a little bit more forward, so would get right down. If they can somehow exploit these holes in the defense, that's not going to help. Smoke goes away, and Rez has absolutely no plans or consideration for it and gets caught out immediately by an AWP. It's not gone well. It's not gone well at all.
It has not really, has it? Now they've got 1 smoke map. They're just going to walk in banana. They need smoke spawn, and it's like, well, this sometimes work, and we'll see what happens.
I saw it online once. This
like,
team that I was watching did it.
They have to just absolutely... Oh, they've been smoked out. That's not the best smoke, to be fair, so it wouldn't really be a big deal. They need to find absolutely everything out. Not looking good so far. That's a kill, though. He could have found himself in hot water, so something to work with here. Bomb will be planted. But I don't think the round will work out for him. Forrest has been playing very well at the moment. He has got an AWP, but that's not the best weapon in the 3-on-1, especially with the flashbang comes in. Apparently not. Gets himself towards Emo. He actually win this match. I feel like it's actually brewing quite nicely for him. As he sets up on the bomb site, they're looking a little bit scared, but Oscar coming from CD spawn takes him down. The hype subsides, and we're back at 11-0. Bomb gets planted though. And with the maximum loss minus, that's okay. They can buy again. And buy they shall.
27 kills total for all of NiP, 19 for Oscar alone.
Is that what
on
you've been spending the
mousesports.
last minute working out?
It wasn't that long.
I don't know, you were pretty quiet.
You know, listen, I got 40 minutes sleep and went to the embassy today to get rejected. How did you do?
Alex and I were up playing mobile video games until 4 in the morning.
Oh, that sounds exhilarating.
So
invite me next time. I want in on that.
The action. So yeah, we weren't far behind you, I assure you. Oh, a banana rush and a missed shot. Here we go. A chance. But one coming to fruition as damage is being inflicted. This is just a really poor showing from NiP. They're just looking desperate at this point.
Oh, it's awful.
Like, this is not a world-class team. A team that's been known to have innovative strategies and a great understanding of the game and defaults that work so well, and flanks from Get Right and opening shots from Forrest, AWPing potential from Draken. I haven't seen any of that tonight. The best I can really speak of in terms of a potential round was Draken getting Oscar at the top and T steps, and then a lackluster execution, not checking the pit for Rops after a great flashbang from him, to be fair, but still not a single round converted here. Bomb planted 3 times, albeit in vain, maybe in the previous one for Forrest in the 3 versus 1. But looking likely for 12-0 here. These rounds still winnable, don't get me wrong. But they just don't have anything to work with. Here in the mini-map, you can see nothing at all. You can see the banana open. Nothing on top of middle. The bombs by itself in the apartments. That goes down in a lot of trouble. Let's get right. Smoked out for now. Time ticking away. 40 seconds. That's still okay. They're going to Arch, and that's where big, scary Oscar is. And the incendiary could be perfect. He doesn't check it. They don't commit, so that's lucky. He could have decided to push through that and maybe taken him down. 25 seconds now. They've got something to work with. They can't go spawn. They have to pin to the side. We haven't seen any of this. This is looking quite good now. I like the look of this.
Wrap around to the library side. Oscar's still ready for it. Not sure which way to look, though, because he's got obligations that are not covered off toward the apartment. Still manages to hit the shot, but Forrest steps up again. He's in a 1 versus 2, this time with only 4 HP. Hank's getting excited and trying to urge this onward. Unfortunately, with 4 HP, I'm not sure there's much urging that can be done to keep Forrest in contention, because they're going to trade. They're going to be in a trade position. I'm sorry, Henry. Your heart remains broken.
For now, at least. And I was thinking Sunny was going to throw it. He wanted to come in and get that kill before his teammate arrived, and the one tap of the A-kick could take him down, and the AWP on the back of his teammate. Maybe there's a chance, but Sunny just about got away with it. Didn't get taken down. Bomb planted, but here's the replay. Oscar, great job. It was a nice setup from NiP that round. That's more how it should look. Getting things down to an equal situation. Pintering bomb sites. Plant comes in, but Forrest left in another really difficult clutch. Just have a look at the scoreboard, shall I? 2 kills, 12 left to exist. 4 for 11 for Draken. It's difficult to really quantify what that really means when they haven't got a single round on the board. It's a pretty abysmal team effort at that point. Oh, goodness, the fallen boost. You'll love to see it. And attack through the wall as well, Matt. It's just really falling apart at this point. At the seams as well.
It's not exactly the best we've seen from the Swedish side. A topic that we actually had on our docket to speak of tonight is Danish CS versus Swedish CS. Swedish used to be the gods of it. They had so many good teams, so many good players, so much dominations, the most amount of major wins of any nation.
Oh, goodness.
But lately, it's Danish CS all the way, I have to say, and NiP's not really giving us much of an argument for that tonight. I have to sadly inform you.
No, it's not done yet.
Heck, it would be 12-1 still. It's still an uphill battle. Both ways. Just like our parents when they walked to school. When they were kids.
Okay, now it's not looking too good.
Draken.
8 HP.
8 HP.
Desperate plant. Get the maximum loss bonus again. Smoke down, take his vision away. Flashbang, it's okay, but oh, that's better. And they should take him down any second now. Oh, God. It's really difficult to build the hype of this game, especially when they're looking like so tired. And I think that's what they look like right now. They look exhausted. I'm not sure why. They just don't seem like they've got anything left in the tank to really show us what they're made of. The tactics are getting wrecked at the start. It's just so disheartening. We're using this sort of scoreline. You bring something to the table, you're like, well, this strategy could work. Let's bring this one out. A boost comes to Banana, and it blows your head off over the top of the wall. Then a wall bang comes in as well, as you try to get the refrag. Double up set up 13-0. Good grief.
Good grief. If this is a 16-0, Henry, what do we do?
Well, the same thing we did last time, 16-0.
Try to take over the world?
Oh, we've already done that. You're the king of esports.
I don't know if that's true.
That's what you've been calling yourself.
Is it?
Behind closed doors.
Yeah, closed doors like your own door of your hotel when you fantasize about me.
God. Very graphic.
There's no graphic. You could be fantasizing about just hanging out.
Anyway, round number 14. And we have another decision. It seems that NiP would have said, right, you know what, let's just keep going 5 players towards B. Surely this has got to work out eventually. And they've got a boost, though. It's the first time mousesports have thrown a boost in towards the spawn. Please check it, guys. For the love of the game.
Yeah, if they don't check this, there's real Oh, there you go. Thank you, Rez. Was Chris J. Let's turn that back around. Bomb is planted, and Chris will wait for his teammates to arrive. Probably the right decision to make, I have to say. Gonna need some help to finally take back a sight from NiP. Chris nearly gets a second as well, and Sticko finds Exist overcommitting to the peak, having already gotten his first kill.
I guess
there wasn't as much need.
So they have to do something, right? Here we go, Forest. Rez and Forest are closest one out. They probably do at this point. 1v1. Rops up against the old legend. And time ticking away as well. Surely, no way, Rops can find the 14th round. Fake it out. Oh, he's actually going for it. He might have actually owned him there.
He's on it, but no. Forrest makes no mistake. Finally, NiP get a 13-1, a 1 round.
They get 1 round. But the buy's going to actually be weaker than it normally is with the loss bonus, right? Because normally the loss bonus, you get the bomb plant, and they end up bucks on top of that for winning the round. Without the bomb going off, I think it's just 3250. I didn't read up now. It's been a while since I've double-checked all those numbers. It's about 3250. I think the bomb goes over 3500 if you win. But first nade, first kill for Chris J. Double team. As Draken goes through this smoke at the bot, I've always called him out for like really weird decision making. He just runs through a smoke at T steps there, up to Banana by himself, and there's no refrag potential there. It's just that's a really poor decision.
Sticko back into Forest. Rez gets one back against Sticko, but not before he could actually find a doubled up kill and give the advantage back to mousesports to potentially make it 14-1. Yes, you heard me correctly. 14-1. That's where we would land.
Planted him. 3 on 2. Still a chance of Rez has to hit the shot, which he does. Delivers. Keep that to take down as well, Oscar. But the Molotov's raining in. I'll take him out of position here. He's on 7 HP, and that's another nice shot from Get Right. 13-2 looking likely here. The clutch will come in. Just the UMP for Young Sunny here. I don't think he has a chance to win this round at that range. And it will be Rez to get 13-2. To something to work with there, Matt. Not much, but something. It could be a lot worse. It could have been the 14-1, which is pretty much done for. But
watch, they'll come back and win this now, Hank.
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Well, that will be a little bit of a disappointing half there from the NiP side. It looks like quite a tantalizing match on paper, but 13-2 doesn't really excite me too much yet. But maybe, just maybe, NiP can win the pistol and bring it back round by round. I wouldn't be surprised if they get to double digits. We'll see what happens after the break.
Well, the Ninjas truly are in pajamas because I think they're sound asleep in bed. It's 13-2 for mousesports, and in fact, it took them just about all 15 rounds just to find those two.
Indeed.
It was that slow of a start for the Swedes.
It wasn't great at all. This is not a team I recognise. If the tags weren't there, I wouldn't be able to tell you who that was. Didn't recognise any of the players whatsoever. Well, like I said, they do win the pistol somehow. It could get back into this game or take an absolute
Miracle.
brawl, I guess, to get them back into it. Yeah, a miracle as well, that could do. And let's see if they've got it in them to actually bring this one back at all. It's not looking likely. mousesports look very comfortable there. No real insane clutches really happening. It's not like they got lucky in a lot of situations. It was NiP getting rolled over most of the time. But let's have a look, shall we? It's going to be the second half, and I'll have a look at the bye. NiP. Let's look at them first, considering they're the underdogs on the chase. Nothing really to report. 1 HE, 1 defuse kit, 4 sets of armor. Same story for mousesports with 1 smoke, 2 flashbangs, no upgraded pistols. This will send 3 players towards B, and they presumably using this area. Exist will be throwing it down first. And it goes. Doesn't find any damage. It's going to be mousesports facing towards the apartment and actually entering as well. 1 player to defend. That's going to be Draken. He gets tagged up a little bit there.
Draken tagged up but falls back. So still has the position to cover inside of the pit. Rez is going in and out with shoulder peaks toward Banana as well. Draken from the apartments down to the pit will now try and go back out toward mid-wall. Can't get shots, can't get shots, can't get shots, and he's got 5 bullets left. He's got to consider when to improve upon that. As they continue to get more and more aggressive, and Sticko finally gets a kill. It's Force that goes down, not the man you'd want to lose out of the pistol round early enough. But that all said, and Rez waits in be very slow pistol round for mousesports, I have to say.
Very slow. He's still got the smoke available as well, but Rez has a chance to shut them down, and shut them down he'll try as he gets the first USB headshot. That is going to be the smoke possibly dropped, not yet by Chris J, just trying to bait out and force the rotations, which they have done. And Buckloads, as Draken's the only player at A now, he has to go absolutely massive here. Misses the first shot, that's a problem with the USP. Bomb will go down, 4 on 3 with the retake coming in very slowly from the library area as well. There's going to be 1 player waiting for them in the form of Oscar, trying to just shut them down. Doesn't want to give too much away, just tag them up, that's fine. Doesn't have to find kills here. Didn't can't get right, and he'll fall back now, so it's a very difficult retake. But NiP have got a kit and smoked out. It's not looking good, man.
It's not looking amazing, considering it's going to now be 14th round for mousesports. When this bomb detonates, and as a result of it, they're pretty much going to have enough momentum, all things considered, should they win out in ensuing gun rounds, to win the game. As quick as we began, we'll find the end. It's 14-2 for mousesports.
14-2 has to be the force buy here. I'd normally advise against it, going all in, but you don't really have an option here. You can't allow them to get to map point already, and indeed match point. This is a best of 1, remember. We do have 2 maps of these teams coming up, but each map counts as its own individual game, and 3 points available, unless you go to overtime, which I don't think this one will. Got a feeling. And in that case, if you win in overtime, you're going to get 2 points. If you lose in overtime, you still got a point. So, what do points mean, Matt?
Points are how you make the playoffs. You have to have enough points. You have to have more points than other people have points for you to get enough points.
Also mean prizes.
Ah, that's a good point. But that goes without saying. It's how you class yourself, which also gets you to the playoffs with prizes.
Exactly.
It's a structured system. It's
Banana
your ladder.
Is open. Just it's been peeled.
Ooh, why have we never thought that?
I've never said that.
Wow.
Even like 10 years of playing and casting, never said banana has been peeled, boys.
I've never heard that. It's genius.
We'll start using that. Save it for the major.
We can start saving strats for the major now. It is that time. Yep. It's true.
I bet Jason uses it first.
He's a serpentine, isn't he?
Isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, some people say that Jason is so old that he, in fact, is the same snake that corrupted humanity by convincing Adam to eat from the tree of knowledge.
Wow. Time will tell. I think he's on a plane right now. But I hope he's listening. It will be a 3-on-2. The round will not be won here by NiP, I'm afraid. It is going to be match point, and pretty much dreams dead for NiP fans across the world, including myself. I have a little bit of a soft spot for them. but not the way they're playing right now. Bomb plant, they still have a chance. They might as well go for it. Like it's.
I have to say, the way that they're playing right now makes me very soft.
Christ. Well, there you go.
That's why they're paying the big bucks.
They could actually go after this. They get both these good right now.
They could. Sticko. He's going in with the knife. Forrest has an AK. He's got it to a one-on-one, but he's got no kit. And he'll give up on it. Down goes Sticko with bomb. I think so. He just barely. Forrest almost went down as well, but they get away.
This could be one of those disappointing games when we have casted last month or so, maybe 2 months. They were getting a bit of a slump a while ago, but this is pretty abysmal after getting wrecked earlier from what we heard from FaZe. On this very map, they'll be in the final round potentially here with an AK, a scout, and some pistols. They could still win it. Forrest on an AK is enough. They'll fight valiantly. To round number 3 here.
Good shot, Oscar. Forrest clotheslined. I think one map of our 2 is done, and I'm astonished at how quick it's happened, to be honest, and I wonder if NiP can even bounce back from this after such a long day that it has been for them. Maybe it's just Inferno. Maybe it's not. We'll find out, because this one is certainly done. 16-2. Dominant from mousesports, Hank.
It's not bad at all, but that was pretty bad from NiP. That's just not. I'm focusing more on them because it was just such a disappointing game from them for what we've seen in the last couple of weeks. They're in the top 6 right now. They're looking good. It's coming together. The young players are showing us to keep up and reinvigorate the older boys as well. But it doesn't really seem to be coming together here today. I guess it's an anomaly considering it's just a one-off. Hopefully it's just this evening and maybe they can bounce back on map 2. But Matthew, that's enough for map 1. We'll be back after the break with the analysis desk and map 2 coming up shortly.